Hi, Dr. Joe Messenger here for a discussion about anger. Because anger seems to be prolific in our modern lives. So, what can you do about it in your life, and what can you do about it in your community, if anything at all? Do you fume when someone cuts you off in traffic? Does your blood pressure skyrocket when your child, colleague, or relationship partner refuses to cooperate with you, refuses to do what you want, when you want it, the way you want it done, or for how long you want it or not? How about if someone sends recyclables into landfill or leaves the tap on while they brush their teeth? Anger is a basic human emotion, and it's a normal response in some situations. However, it's important to deal with it in a positive way. Uncontrolled anger can take a toll on both your health and your relationships, as well as negatively affect the recipients of your outbursts, often leading them to start treading on eggshells around you rather than continue to show up as their authentic selves. Is a pen good or bad? Neither. You can write a beautiful love letter, or you can poke someone's eye out with it. The pen isn't the problem. It's what you do with it that's the issue. So is anger good or bad? Neither. You can use it to fuel revolutionary change, change outdated paradigms, oppression, injustice, abuse, cruelty, dictatorship, or slavery. Or you can cause destruction, inflict violence, fear, terror, or trauma. You see, anger isn't the problem. It's what we do with it. So for you, how do you deal with your anger? How do you express your anger? Does it take you closer to or further away from what you want? What's your preferred outcome? Do you want to, number one, do you want to win at all costs? And this is an old school thinking where nothing matters as long as you get what you want. However, millions of years of history have shown us that this is a slippery slope that leads to more wars and rebellions, until at some point someone has to say enough, down weapons, let's have a discussion and find an agreeable solution. And this doesn't mean everyone always gets what they want. And getting everything you want isn't always a good thing anyway. Take a look at 3-year-olds, girlfriends, boyfriends, dictators, bankers, morbidly obese people, alcoholics, etc. Getting everything you want can set up an imbalance rather than what you truly desire. So is your preferred outcome to... do you want someone else to change? Good luck with that. Are you willing to see it as your anger, your response, your responsibility to resolve it? Or if you're unable to resolve it yet, at least direct it in an appropriate way that doesn't harm yourself, doesn't harm others or anyone else's property. Is your preferred outcome to find a solution to what's triggered your anger? Because expressing anger in an abusive, violent, or negative way is unacceptable these days. Smacking, hitting, raping, warring, bombing, killing, maiming are all a bit yesteryear. And most people know better now. It's just that we don't always know what to do instead. Suppressing anger hasn't been effective in the long term either. Often it just means it's delayed for a while. It festers and then outbursts later on. Often it's someone related to what you're originally angry about. Hence, we need to learn how to manage our anger in a way that acknowledges the feeling while not harming yourself or anyone else. Merely denying it will cause an inner rebellion sooner or later. So, questions to ask yourself. Do you sometimes have trouble controlling your temper? Have you ever been angry and regretted it later? Most days. Have you ever lost control of your anger to the point where you resorted to swearing or becoming violent or abusive? Has anyone ever commented on your anger? Have you ever justified your anger? Have you ever defended that you were right and justified in being angry, rather than look for opportunities to communicate or educate with the intent to find acceptable solutions for everyone involved, rather than just impose your will onto others? I'm just checking for halos here, because this applies to all of us, right? In the short term, it's useful to have anger management skills. However, in the long term, it's even more useful to resolve the cause of what you're angry about in the first place. Because if and when you resolve the cause, you won't be triggered anymore. So short-term solutions are anger management skills such as recognizing your warning signs. To control your anger, you need to recognize the signs that you're starting to get angry, that you're starting to feel angry. Muscles get tight, especially jaw clenching and, hand fist clenching. The pressure builds up in your head, so you don't always necessarily think so straight anymore. Heat and flushing in the face, escalating heart rate, escalating breathing, sweating. These are all primitive reflexes in response to threats or perceived threats. Physical signs or indications that your body's getting ready to fight or flight. And by recognizing you're getting angry, you've got the opportunity to diffuse the situation before it gets out of control. However, it's up to you to want that, to make the decision to change it up. And here are some simple techniques that you can try. Number one, time out. If you know you're about to lose it, step away from the situation so you've got space to think more clearly and potentially calm down. Say something like, I think I need to step away for a bit. I'll come back and we can sort this out in about half an hour. Or control breathing. Slow and deepen your breath. Take 3 long, slow breaths. Focus on relaxing the muscles in your face, your hands, your fists, your jaw. And this is the easiest, the fastest, and in my experience, the best, because it's instant and it's free. And you don't need extra training or skills. You've been breathing for a long time already. You're just refining it and using it to work for you rather than against you. Also, you can talk yourself down instead of talking it up. Use self-talk to get less angry, not more angry. Switch "this person is clueless" or "how dare they talk to me like that" for, settle petal. Be the bigger person. You can handle this. Or don't say or do anything you'll regret later. Let's just take a few breaths, in your head, not out loud. I'm not going to take the bait this time. That's a good one with families, isn't it? Don't take the bait. I'm not going to let this get to me. Relax. Use your self-talk to help you rather than escalate the issue. And all these are all good in the moment. For long-term solutions, you focus on resolving why you feel angry in the first place, rather than just trying to control your reactions or control your response. You can't teach a drowning man to swim. If you're going to learn to swim, you need to learn the techniques of swimming when you're safe and not in danger, when you're not drowning. When you're drowning, it's already too late. Same with anger resolution. If you're going to resolve the underlying cause of your anger, you need to do it when you're safe and not already being triggered. When you're already angry, it's already too late. Make a list. Make a specific, just bring a specific incident to mind without sinking into the emotion of it. We're just thinking here, we're not feeling. And analyse the situation with the intent to understand why this was happening, and with the intent to find a better way, to empower yourself instead of being at the mercy of old habits. So with your specific situation, what happened that triggered your anger? It's common to think somebody made you angry, but they didn't. You got angry. Take your power back from blaming someone else and search out why you react this way in these circumstances. Take your time and dig deep until you get to the raw truth of it. Where in your body did you feel it? What happened to your breathing? And you can replay this recording later and pause it where you need to so you can go at your own pace without skimming. I'm not taking you into a therapy session here. I'm just offering tools that you can explore yourself. And use your answers to get your personalised antidote. For example, if what triggered your anger was somebody else making a decision for you without consulting you, in future, make sure you make your own decisions before anyone else gets the chance to. This means you need to know what you do and don't want or like in the first place. If you felt your anger response in your upper body, then make sure you're exercising your whole body. Release tension from your upper body where you felt it, and give attention to your lower body and increase its power. If your breathing got higher in your chest and shorter or faster, or you held your breath, then breathe deeper and slower and longer. This is easy, it's free, and it gives instant results. It lowers your heart rate, it relaxes your muscles, and gives your brain back the ability to respond instead of react. And what are your predisposing factors for anger? Do you believe others don't like you? This also sets up scenarios of blaming the other person rather than empowering yourself to respond better. Do you believe they don't listen to you, don't respect you, think you don't know anything worthwhile? Are you afraid of something or someone and react angrily in defense or, or attack to cover up your anxiety? Do you get angry when you're hungry, stressed, nervous, sad, tired, sick, bored, have faulty beliefs? Use your answers to enact your own solutions. If you get angry because you believe others don't like you, then like yourself. Make a list of what you like about yourself and keep adding to it. Do you listen to yourself? If you know that you need to exercise and you don't do it, then why should anyone else listen to you? If you don't listen to yourself, don't expect others to. Respect yourself. If you put yourself down, then don't get angry at others for doing the same thing. It starts with you. If you're predisposed to getting angry when you're hungry, then keep yourself nourished with quality food. Don't let your blood sugar swing. If you're predisposed to getting angry when you're stressed, then do relaxation techniques. Resolve the cause of your stress. If it's when you're tired, then rest and get better quality sleep. If it's when you're sick, then enhance your health. If it's when you're bored, then find a purpose that's bigger than yourself. A purpose that helps others, a purpose that helps your community as well as yourself, and act on it. Upgrade your beliefs about how you think the world should be. The world isn't going to conform to your expectations, no matter how much you think you're right, or how much the authority people in your life that you learned your beliefs from said so, or still say so. If you don't like how the world is, do something about changing it in a way that benefits the greater good and not just your own self-interest. If you're angry about pollution, practice waste reduction, recycling, non-pollution of your mind, body, spirit. Only think respectful thoughts. Watch peaceful movies. Excuse me, got tickled. Say kind words. Consume organic foods and beverages. Engage in behaviours that promote equality, inclusion, equanimity. If you're angry about violence, practice mindfulness, practice inner peace. If you're angry about rape or stealing or human trafficking or whatever else, don't take anything that's not rightfully yours. Educate the perpetrators and the people who taught the perpetrators. Listen to the people who speak up and deliver appropriate justice. Look to the countries who don't have the particular issue and learn from them. No matter what the issue, someone else somewhere in the world has likely already resolved it. Currently, there's a lot of anger in the world directed at rich white men who've behaved greedily and disrespectfully with their privilege endowed by birth. However, most of these men were raised by women. Can you see the problem? We all need to change it up, not just the rich white men of privilege. We're all in this together. Blaming is not the answer. And often it makes the issues worse. Often it's a waste of time and energy, and water off a duck's back to those who don't want you, me and us to find a better way anyway. Before I go, I'm going to quickly speak to the protect or not to protect energy debate. Some people, including me, recommend you clean and shield your energy field and your home space with universal white light each morning and night. Just like you brush your teeth or you wash your body and you put on fresh clothes. Others say that you don't need to. So why the disparity? Anger is the defining ingredient. All our energy fields have a natural degree of protection. However, anger disperses that protection. Anger disperses your white light buffer zone between your energy field and everyone else's emotions. So if you never get angry and no one in your vicinity ever gets angry, yeah, right, you probably don't need to shield yourself because your natural shield is potentially intact. However, if you or people in your vicinity react to people cutting you off in traffic, social media posts you disagree with, politicians misspending our tax dollars, rapists going unchecked, human trafficking, big pharma, big agriculture, big medicine, big tobacco or greed, power, ego-driven people running the world, then you best clean your energy field at least morning and night and restore your protection every time you get angry. You know, it's up to you. What if we stop blaming? What if we communicate better with an intent to find solutions rather than just to be right or just to protect ourselves? What if we educate differently as parents, as schools, as communities? What if we find solutions that are for the greater good and grow those? You know, it's a solo journey. No one's going to do this for you. It all starts with you and me. So take your power back, resolve your anger, and find win-win situations in every situation, not just when it's convenient. So until we meet again, remember, laugh lots and you get more of what you think about.